Continuing from the previous chapter, with a powerful shout from his master, the Golden Dragon King, the two were swiftly pulled into the black pillar of light. As soon as they entered the black pillar, Xiao Yan quickly swallowed a few medicinal pills, instantly replenishing a significant amount of his do qi. A brilliant, milky white flame erupted around him, illuminating the entire space in an instant. Xiao Yan carefully observed his surroundings, his expression changing dramatically. This place was nothing like what he had imagined. He had suspected that there was something secret hidden within the black pillar of light, but he had never expected that there would be an entirely separate space inside. From what Xiao Yan had assumed, given that the black pillar appeared to be only about a meter wide from the outside, the interior couldn't have been very large. But now, standing inside, he realized it was a vast, independent space. This space, despite lacking the shimmering nebulae and ancient aura of the ancient emperor's cave left behind by Tuasha ancient emperor, was astonishingly expansive. It seemed boundless, with no trees or buildings in sight, much like an open plain. However, the presence of drifting gases obscured a clear view of the entire area. A chilly breeze, full of eerie whispers, swept past Xiao Yan, carrying a hint of coldness. Various auras floated freely in midair, distinct and unobtrusive, each moving about as if they were in their own world. "This must be a small, isolated space," he muttered. "I noticed earlier that the inscriptions on the coffin resembled our dragon script," the Golden Dragon King's voice echoed. "I got distracted for a moment and didn't realize we were being lured into this black pillar." "Dragon script?" Xiao Yan chuckled. If it were indeed dragon script, his master, the Golden Dragon King, being the supreme leader of the dragon clan, would undoubtedly be familiar with it. "Master, what was written on the coffin?" Xiao Yan asked eagerly, showing no concern for the small space they were in. It seemed to indicate that a dragon soul resides here, but the latter part was too blurry to make out, the Golden Dragon King replied, his brows furrowing as he surveyed the small space. "Dragon soul?" Xiao Yan repeated, surprised. "Yes, a dragon soul represents the state where a dragon's body is destroyed, and its soul is severely damaged. I could also be considered a form of dragon soul," the Golden Dragon King explained. At that moment, the milky white flames around Xiao Yan surged, illuminating a radius of several meters around him. He and the Golden Dragon King appeared as if they were standing in a void, with no sense of direction or orientation, an unnerving feeling that made Xiao Yan somewhat uneasy. His eyes narrowed slightly as he began to mobilize his soul energy, sending it out in all directions. His immense soul power quickly split into 10 streams, darting rapidly in different directions. In midair, Xiao Yan's body gleamed with the milky white flames, shining like a blazing sun that lit up a vast expanse of the sky. Gradually, the glow around him dimmed, and numerous dark red gases began to converge towards him. Xiao Yan remained calm, murmuring to himself, "These gases seem to carry a chill that benefits the cultivation of specters and spirits. But for humans, they are hazardous. Absorb too much, and you might turn into a full-fledged specter. There seems to be something here. I sense a familiar presence," the Golden Dragon King mumbled. Xiao Yan was surprised to hear this. If his master, the Golden Dragon King, sensed something familiar, it must be related to the Dragon Clan. Quickly, Xiao Yan used his energy to push back the encroaching dark red gases, then began to move, choosing a direction at random. Suddenly, he halted and turned to look behind him. There, his soul energy had detected a fierce and wild aura of immense power. The aura was incredibly fierce, yet it was impossible to discern its true nature. However, Xiao Yan's soul energy was swallowed by it, never returning to his body. Xiao Yan halted, noticing that out of the 10 streams of soul energy he had sent out to probe, 9 had already returned, all coming back empty-handed. The only one that remained was the one that had reacted strangely behind him, which made Xiao Yan feel a twinge of caution. This space is incredibly mysterious, as if it was specially created to hold or seal something, concealing many unknown secrets, he thought. "Stay vigilant." The Golden Dragon King's voice resonated within the space. Hearing this, Xiao Yan enveloped himself in the milky white flames, and together with his master, the Golden Dragon King, slowly moved towards the source of the disturbance behind them. Since they had come this far, they couldn't leave empty-handed. Besides, Xiao Yan was curious about the familiar feeling his master had mentioned earlier. The last time the Golden Dragon King felt something familiar, they discovered Xing Yuan. This time, in the dim space, two streaks of light flashed across the sky and disappeared in an instant. Following the direction indicated by the soul energy that had been swallowed earlier, Xiao Yan quickly reached the location. He stopped about 10 meters away, with the Golden Dragon King floating above him. Xiao Yan carefully examined the pulsating orb of light ahead, feeling a strange sensation, as if something within it was calling out to him. As Xiao Yan scrutinized the orb, its presence became aware of him, yet it failed to notice the Golden Dragon King hovering above. Suddenly, the orb expanded from about a meter in size to 10 meters, appearing right in front of Xiao Yan, who hastily retreated another 10 meters. His body tensed, his dou qi surging into a combat-ready state as he warily eyed the orb. From within the orb, a deep, resonant voice spoke. How amusing that a mere human boy at the peak of 3-star dou di would wander into this place. But why are you here? This is a unique secret realm within the forest of EngSubs. Since its formation, no living creature has ever entered. Human, how did you get in? The voice was imposing and echoed throughout the space, filled with an undeniable aura of authority. Hearing this, Xiao Yan's flames flared up around him as he guarded against the orb. This orb could discern his strength with a single glance, proving the formidable power hidden within. Staring at the orb, Xiao Yan replied in a low voice, "Senior, your eyesight is indeed sharp to see through my strength at a glance. I came here by accident and will leave at once." As soon as he finished speaking, Xiao Yan began to flee. The close encounter with the orb had revealed an overwhelmingly powerful aura, stirring a sense of fear within him. No sooner had he spoken than he began a frantic retreat. In an instant, a beam of crimson energy shot out from the orb, chasing after him with ferocious intent. The voice from the orb was cold and wild. "After thousands of years of solitude, now I encounter a human. You despicable, deceitful creatures, utterly vile. Today, I shall devour you to claim some recompense for being sealed here for so many years." A frenzied laugh erupted from within the orb. The Golden Dragon King, who had been watching from above with a contemplative expression, seemed more amused than concerned. He had identified what creature resided within the orb, but chose not to intervene, observing the chase between Xiao Yan and the orb. As the orb casually swung out a dark red energy towards Xiao Yan, he realized the immense power contained within it. Xiao Yan swiftly brandished the ancient ruler of heavenly flames, unleashing a ruler shadow engulfed in towering flames, colliding head-on with the crimson energy. The two mighty forces clashed directly, triggering a tremendous explosion that emitted dazzling light, neutralizing the terrifying energy storm. Xiao Yan coldly watched the strange orb and said sharply, "Senior, coming out so aggressively from the start hardly befits your stature. Why do you harbor such hatred for humans?" As soon as he finished speaking, a silver glow flashed around him, and he swiftly moved several dozen meters away, evading another attack from the orb. Suspended in midair, Xiao Yan's body flickered with silver light, leaving behind 3 ghostly afterimages, an indication that he had pushed the 3000 thunder movement to its limit. From within the orb of crimson light, a faint sound of surprise could be heard. The voice from the orb spoke again. "I did not expect you to possess such a high-level movement technique." The orb had realized that, although this human boy was not very strong, his agility was impressive, and he had managed to evade every one of its powerful attacks with remarkable deftness. "Very well, it's been thousands of years since a human last entered this place. I might as well chat with you for a bit to relieve my boredom before I kill you. At least you'll understand why you must die." The voice from the orb continued. "I have already told you, this space is a mysterious secret realm within the forest of EngSubs. This secret realm was actually created by your deceitful humans, a small pocket dimension of sorts. Years ago, under the pretense of helping me overcome a heavenly tribulation, you humans lured me here and betrayed me. Humans are indeed untrustworthy. You tricked me into this place, and then created this secret realm to imprison me for a millennium. The voice from the orb was filled with both anger and pride. The anger directed at the humans who had deceived it. Hearing this, Xiao Yan's voice echoed from all directions, making it impossible to pinpoint his exact location. Why would humans imprison you here? Was it because you were prone to slaughter? And why would you trust humans to help you overcome a heavenly tribulation? Rubbish. That despicable human back then, through some stroke of luck, acquired a worthless piece of junk, an immortal sword. They tried to seal me within that sword and turn me into its sword spirit. So, they concocted the ruse of helping me through the tribulation to lure me here, intending to force my submission. Unfortunately, while they destroyed my dragon body, even my dragon soul was beyond their power to subdue. Back then, they fought me with everything they had, 3 of them, resulting in 1 dead and 2 severely wounded. They abandoned that useless sword and fled in panic. Truly, humans are the most shameless creatures. I wanted to destroy that worthless sword, but no matter what I did, I couldn't break it. Whatever it was made from, it frustrated me to no end. But, while I may not be able to destroy that thing, killing you today will be easy. Prepare to die, human. As the words were spoken, the crimson orb suddenly revealed its true form. Xiao Yan saw a massive fire dragon, dozens of meters long, its jaws wide open as if to swallow the heavens and earth. Its power was overwhelming. The dragon soul had transformed into a fire dragon. Although Xiao Yan couldn't see the fine scales on the dragon's body clearly, the dragon claws and tail were unmistakably real, hovering mid-air. The fire dragon's eyes blazed red as it swung its massive body, spitting out a torrent of flames that rolled out for over a dozen meters. Wherever the flames passed, the space itself seemed to crackle and explode. Under the illumination of the red light, Xiao Yan's form was revealed. Facing the oncoming crimson flames, Xiao Yan neither flinched nor dodged. The milky white flames around him flared up brilliantly, and he appeared composed and unruffled. After all, despite the dragon soul's formidable strength, Xiao Yan was unafraid. His body had been tempered by 22 types of heavenly flames. If he feared this fire dragon's flames, the title of Flame Emperor would have been in vain. Layer upon layer of milky white flames quickly surged, meeting the crimson flames in mid-air. Immediately, the 2 types of flames collided, creating fierce friction and a series of explosive sounds, filling the sky with dazzling, vivid colors. Xiao Yan's Doqi was pushed to its limit, with milky white flames continuously surging upwards into the sky. His eyes widened as his immense soul power, concealed by the flames, targeted the dragon soul's head in the sky. Netherworld heavenly wrath. As soon as the clash between the milky white and crimson flames ended, Xiao Yan's enormous soul power, carrying a crushing momentum, rushed toward the fire dragon's most vulnerable defense, the brain. The dragon soul's entire body radiated with a crimson glow. Xiao Yan's terrifying soul attack struck the dragon soul's head instantly. Xiao Yan suddenly noticed a faint energy flowing across the surface of the dragon soul's body. Dragon aura! The golden dragon king, observing from the side, immediately recognized it. Indeed, the faint energy enveloping the dragon soul was dragon aura, a defensive technique commonly used by the dragon clan, forming a protective layer around their bodies. This form of defense was incredibly powerful. However, this technique was mastered only by a few among the most powerful dragons. Even the bloodthirsty demon dragon lizard that Xiao Yan encountered earlier had not mastered dragon aura, highlighting its rarity. Unexpectedly, this dragon soul strength isn't bad. It would make a fine ruler's spirit, the golden dragon king murmured, watching the battle with keen interest. Although the dragon soul was strong, its temperament needed to be assessed. The protective dragon aura clashed violently with Xiao Yan's immense soul attack, the 2 opposing forces exploding with fierce and overwhelming energy. The massive body of the dragon soul, dozens of meters long, began to tremble violently. A furious dragon roar erupted, as if it was tearing through the heavens and earth, shocking all who heard it. The dragon soul's body rapidly contracted, shrinking significantly, its eyes wide with shock as it stared at Xiao Yan. The dragon soul roared, "Human, what was that power you just used? I've never heard of such a thing. Why does it specifically target my brain's nerves, dealing such a fatal blow? You are truly vicious." Xiao Yan chuckled coldly, "Senior, you attacked me as soon as we met, so naturally, I could only respond in kind." Hovering mid-air, Xiao Yan stood firm, his entire body engulfed in flames. The scattered milky white flames from their recent battle slowly coalesced under his careful control, forming a vast, sky-covering net, descending upon the dragon soul. The dragon soul's entire body glowed intensely, its size reducing further to about 10 meters. Its fierce eyes watched the milky white flame net, sensing not only its terrifying heat, but also its overwhelming destructive power. The dragon soul hesitated momentarily, then quickly descended. Seeing the dragon soul descend, Xiao Yan followed suit, moving just as swiftly. Since being drawn into this mysterious space by the black pillar of light outside the coffin, Xiao Yan had sensed that this secret realm was not simple. As the dragon soul descended, what appeared to be an empty realm began revealing its true nature. After an unknown descent, Xiao Yan finally sensed heat rising from below. Gradually, the deeper he went, the hotter it became. Yet the dragon soul seemed to grow more spirited. Finally, Xiao Yan saw a fiery red below. A volcanic fissure filled with roaring flames and bubbling magma. No wonder it was so scorching. Xiao Yan carefully probed the area with his soul power but found no signs of life. Evidently, no living being could survive here. He quickly realized the dragon soul's intention, but it was too late to stop it. Judging by its actions, this creature's original form must have been a fire dragon, explaining its affinity for flames. Xiao Yan sensed the dragon soul's power surging and felt a slight shock. However, the dragon soul hadn't anticipated that Xiao Yan, known as the Flame Emperor, would not fear such heat. Fighting at the volcano's edge was actually advantageous for him. Xiao Yan abruptly halted his descent. A burst of milky white light exploded from his body, radiating intense heat like a blazing sun, exuding a formidable and awe-inspiring presence. Under the illumination of the flames, Xiao Yan slowly discerned the landscape below. Gazing calmly downward at the dragon soul, Xiao Yan suddenly noticed something reflecting light below. He quickly concentrated his vast soul power to get a closer look, but the intense light from below was blinding, making it impossible to see clearly. However, in Xiao Yan's mind's eye, the object's appearance became perfectly clear. It was an ancient-looking longsword, embedded in the rocky wall of the volcanic fissure, with only half of the blade exposed. Strangely, the blade shimmered with a sinister red glow, exuding an eerie aura. Xiao Yan's heart skipped a beat. Could this sword be the very immortal sword the dragon soul mentioned earlier, the one those 3 experts obtained a millennium ago? Although Xiao Yan wasn't particularly versed in weaponry, he knew that any weapon referred to as an immortal weapon had undergone the tempering of a Dosian's power. Acquiring such an immortal sword would significantly enhance his strength. And beyond the immortal sword was the divine sword. Legend spoke of a ranking of weapons across the 7 realms. The mortal realm possessed 16 divine weapons, each with the power to swallow the heavens and devour the earth. The ghost realm boasted the 10 demonic weapons, while the monster realm had the 10 dominator artifacts. Every realm, in essence, possessed powerful divine weapons. At this moment, the dragon soul was dancing in the volcanic flames, its body continuously expanding and its power rapidly increasing. A surge of wild energy instantly broke through the milky white flame defenses Xiao Yan had set up around himself, overwhelming his formidable aura. The dragon soul let out a fierce roar. By now, its body had grown to over 50 meters long and several meters thick, resembling a divine beast from the heavens, awe-inspiring and terrifying. Staring at Xiao Yan above, the dragon soul bellowed fiercely. With a swipe of its massive claw, a huge flaming tail shot up, sweeping directly toward Xiao Yan. The blazing tail cut through the sky, and the entire space was instantly filled with brilliant light. A sea of fire, tens of meters wide, surrounded Xiao Yan in an instant. The dragon soul's enormous eyes gleamed with pride. Its massive body soared into the air, and its flaming tail struck down furiously at Xiao Yan, clearly intent on wiping him out in one blow, leaving him no chance to escape. In the crimson light, Xiao Yan's eyes reflected the fire. He raised his ancient ruler of heavenly flames slightly, and immediately, milky white flames surged around his body, casting an unusual glow in the flames at the mouth of the volcano below, easily noticeable to a keen observer. The flames around Xiao Yan were undoubtedly much stronger than those at the volcanic mouth below. It was only because Xiao Yan deliberately suppressed his power that the dragon soul hadn't noticed. The intense flames at the volcano's mouth were feeding the dragon soul, boosting its strength. But at the same time, they were also enhancing Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan activated the flame mantra, absorbing the thick flame energy around him with all his might, quickly replenishing his do qi to prepare for the dragon soul. Although Xiao Yan was near the volcanic mouth and couldn't see the dragon soul through the blinding flames, he was acutely aware of its every move. Even though his eyes were blocked by the volcano's flames, Xiao Yan's soul power clearly perceived all the dragon soul's actions, projecting them vividly in his mind. A cold smile formed on Xiao Yan's lips. The ancient ruler of heavenly flames in his hand trembled, releasing a terrifying ruler shadow engulfed in flames, slashing toward the dragon soul's giant tail. Simultaneously, he executed the 3000 thunder movement, instantly moving 80 meters away, dodging the dragon soul's tail strike. Standing still in the void, Xiao Yan's body was surrounded by flickering milky white flames. He stared coldly at the dragon soul before him. Xiao Yan realized that the immortal sword at the volcanic mouth was clearly guarded by this dragon soul. To claim it, he would have to defeat the dragon soul first. Based on his earlier assumptions, this fire dragon likely possessed strength comparable to the peak of Do Di, but its physical form had been destroyed, greatly weakening its power. Xiao Yan was curious as to why the fire dragon was fleeing to this place, so he remained vigilant. Xiao Yan spoke. I didn't expect your original form to be a fire dragon. But why are you so determined to escape here? The dragon soul opened its massive jaws and roared, Human, stop your nonsense. Now that you've come here and discovered this secret, don't think about leaving alive. In this place, everything is under my control. I can do whatever I want, and no one can do anything about it. Flames soaring to the heavens, the dragon soul unbreakable. No one can kill me. You're better off accepting your death. The dragon soul's body expanded, its claws dancing as countless flames rose from the depths, forming a blazing fire array that encircled Xiao Yan. The flames of the volcano are being controlled by this fire dragon. Xiao Yan was astonished. Even though he did not fear the fire, this level of control was something even he, as the Flame Emperor, did not possess. The dragon soul opened its gigantic mouth, and the flames from within it, combined with the dragon flames from below, surged violently toward Xiao Yan, their force utterly terrifying. Xiao Yan's eyes showed a hint of seriousness. The extreme heat around him could melt anything instantly, causing him to break out in a sweat. Hurriedly, Xiao Yan formed 9 layers of Do Qi defenses around his body, layering them tightly for maximum protection. Through his soul power, he sensed that the dragon soul's power had increased several times over from before. A truly frightening development. Xiao Yan remained highly cautious. Although he was now at the peak of 3-star Do Di, encountering this mysterious fire dragon here required extraordinary vigilance. Feeling the dragon soul preparing to attack with full force, Xiao Yan grew more serious. Under the operation of the flame mantra, layers of milky white flames continued to attack the fire dragon, tenaciously resisting the dragon soul's dragon flames, which were laced with a destructive aura. Xiao Yan stood amidst the blazing fire array, his body tense, his hands slightly extended. In his grip, the ancient ruler of heavenly flames was slowly gathering power. Xiao Yan looked at the massive dragon soul and gave a cold smile. His hands came together in an instant, and 2 distinct, powerful flames collided, causing a violent explosion. 7-layered Skybreaker ruler. Xiao Yan raised both hands high, channeling his Do Qi to its peak. He fiercely targeted the dragon soul in front of him. A dark red shockwave, carrying an aura of corrosive destruction, struck the dragon soul's body instantly. Ordinarily, with its strength, the dragon soul could easily evade Xiao Yan's attack. However, its prideful nature led it to directly confront Xiao Yan's assault. It had clearly underestimated the power of Xiao Yan's attack. With a deafening roar, the dragon soul's body was struck by Xiao Yan's attack. Its protective dragon aura shattered violently, and its entire form plummeted towards the volcano's crater below. The milky white flames surrounding Xiao Yan dimmed considerably. Clearly, this strike had taken a significant toll on him as well. Watching the dragon soul fall towards the crater, Xiao Yan knew it wouldn't die so easily. Although the strike had shattered its protective dragon aura, it wasn't a fatal blow. Xiao Yan's soul senses detected the dragon soul's formidable power rapidly regenerating. He was surprised and pondered over the secrets of this place while subtly gathering terrifying energy in his hands. According to the dragon soul's earlier account, 3 masters 1,000 years ago had destroyed its dragon body, yet failed to kill it. In the end, 1 died and 2 were injured, only managing to imprison it here. From this, it seemed that killing its soul form would not be easy. Xiao Yan contemplated quietly. Handling the dragon soul was proving to be quite difficult. Apart from the dragon soul's sheer strength, just destroying it had left Xiao Yan at a loss. It now seemed the only method was to fight fire with fire, to use his vast soul power to obliterate the dragon soul's spirit. From their earlier exchange, it was clear that while the dragon soul possessed immense strength, its defenses against soul attacks were relatively weak. This strategy could prove effective in eradicating the dragon soul. Previously, Xiao Yan's netherworld heavenly wrath combined with his heavenly flames had inflicted significant strain on the dragon soul, causing some damage. With a roar, the dragon soul once again soared into the air, regaining its former strength in the blink of an eye. Glaring at Xiao Yan, the dragon soul shouted, "Human, it seems I underestimated you. I didn't expect you to have such a bizarre movement technique and wield such powerful flames. Quite surprising." As it spoke, greed flashed in its eyes as it looked at Xiao Yan. The terrifying waves emanating from the milky white flames on Xiao Yan's body were far more potent than the volcanic flames below. This secret realm was originally a space created by a Docian expert, containing a fire array meant to seal the fire dragon. However, the 3 predecessors clearly did not know that the dragon soul thrived on fire and loved fiery places. The flames not only failed to weaken the dragon soul's strength, but also enhanced it, leading to their failure. Using its own power, the dragon soul had transformed the array into the current volcanic crater. But now, seeing the flames on Xiao Yan's body, its greed was aroused. Stronger fire energy would further amplify the dragon soul's power. "Let's see what else you've got. Show me everything. I told you, no one can kill me here. Now, let's see what else you can do. Even though I'm in a soul state, defeating you requires no effort at all. However, you're the first human to enter here, so I'll wait until your Do-Chi is exhausted before slowly torturing you to death." The dragon soul's body flickered with blazing flames, appearing both enchanting and increasingly solid. Xiao Yan replied coldly, "I refuse to believe I can't take you down." As he spoke, the ancient ruler of heavenly flames in his hand gleamed brilliantly. A ruler aura, dozens of meters long, descended with the momentum of tearing everything apart, seemingly ready to split mountains and cleave the earth, striking straight at the enormous body of the dragon soul. The dragon soul swung its claws, releasing a dragon-shaped energy to meet Xiao Yan's ruler aura. At the same time, its massive mouth opened slightly, and a blue flame, like a serpentine spirit, flickered continuously as it surged towards Xiao Yan. With a frosty gaze, Xiao Yan quickly condensed a sinister white flame in his right palm and launched it directly at the approaching blue flame. With a swift palm strike, Xiao Yan's body instantly shifted, appearing above the dragon soul's head. Dozens of flames radiated brilliantly from Xiao Yan, and a 22-colored radiance filled the entire space. The surrounding flames were instantly suppressed by his overwhelming, domineering aura. Xiao Yan's eyes shot out beams of 22-colored light, and his soul power erupted in a frenzy, launching a destructive assault on the dragon soul's brain nerves. At this moment, Xiao Yan exuded an overwhelming aura akin to a fire god descending upon the world. The entire space was saturated with his fierce, unrestrained fiery power. Fixing his gaze on the dragon soul, Xiao Yan's eyes were cold and ruthless, as if he were a deity of fire surveying the heavens and earth with disdain. The dragon soul soared into the air, its eyes filled with a fierce glare. It opened its mouth wide in a majestic roar, ready to sweep across Xiao Yan. Suddenly, a mysterious force effortlessly penetrated its protective dragon aura and struck its central nervous system, violently ravaging its brain within the sea of its soul. The dragon soul's body shuddered, and a mournful, ghastly howl echoed throughout the space. A terrifying, heart-rending scream. Its body instantly burst apart, reverting into a red energy mass, flickering with an erratic glow. The dragon soul was severely wounded. Its body was shattered by Xiao Yan's immense soul power, and its brain's central nervous system was heavily damaged. The entire space was filled with its terrifying screams, chilling to the core. Seeing this, Xiao Yan unleashed even more of his immense soul power, maintaining a relentless grip on the dragon soul. As the saying goes, strike while the iron is hot. The momentum fades with a second effort and is exhausted by the third. Xiao Yan intended to shatter the dragon soul's soul power in one fell swoop, aiming to kill it. At this moment, the dragon soul had shrunk into a red light mass about 10 feet in size, fluttering and spinning in midair, clearly trying to escape Xiao Yan's attack. However, it did not know that Xiao Yan's soul power was exceedingly mysterious, attacking regardless of time or space. No matter how it moved, it could not evade the strike. The dragon soul cried out while dodging, and after a while, it seemed to realize it could not avoid this mysterious power's attack. Everything was in vain. The dragon soul then began to plead for mercy, its voice emerging from the glowing sphere. Damned human, stop it. What kind of power is this? Stop it now. The voice trembled with fear, revealing the torment it was enduring. Xiao Yan's eyes narrowed, pondering the dragon soul's words. Could they be trusted? After all, this was their first encounter. Who could say if its words were reliable? Xiao Yan needed to consider carefully. After a moment's thought, Xiao Yan retracted his soul power, coldly gazing at the dragon soul. I hope you're telling the truth. I can stop my attack, but if you're lying, you should know I won't spare you. You. Xiao Yan's words were abruptly cut off as his body was suddenly enveloped in a red energy mass. The dragon soul had taken advantage of the moment he withdrew his soul power, suddenly appearing beside him and swallowing him whole with its massive maw. At this moment, the dragon soul's voice echoed, Human, you are indeed formidable, much stronger than those from back then. But I despise humans deeply, so I will not spare you. Now, I will send you to hell. Let the flames of hell refine you completely. With these words, the dragon soul's mouth snapped shut, and intense flames surged from within. Bang! 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 The Xiao Yan inside the dragon soul's mouth suddenly vanished into a wisp of white smoke. It was a clone technique Xiao Yan had cultivated. At this moment, Xiao Yan felt a surge of anger within him, and his fearsome soul power flared up once more. This time, Xiao Yan steeled his resolve. His soul power transformed into an invisible force, striking fiercely at the dragon soul's central brain nerves, causing it to roar in agony. What is happening? The dragon soul sensed something was wrong and lunged toward Xiao Yan. Just as it approached Xiao Yan, an extremely intense, terrifying wave of heat radiated outward. Lotus of Desolation. Xiao Yan flicked his palm, releasing a delicate lotus of 22 colors towards the dragon soul.